All right, I'm going to show you how to start your one-point perspective city. I'm going to do this very quickly, so either slow down the video or pause it so you can follow along. All right, the first thing I talked about in class is you're going to pick a theme so that you have an idea of how your city is going to be designed. Second thing you're going to figure out is, do you want your paper to be long or do you want it to be tall? Tall allows for buildings to be seen in full if you make them really tall. This allows for more of a panoramic vista. Then you also need to figure out, do you want to have your horizon line high or low? It really doesn't matter. If it's low, you see more of the tops of the buildings. If it's high, you see more of the buildings kind of being below. It's a choice. It doesn't really matter. And it can be done over here as well, high or low horizon line. That vanishing point can also be on either part. It doesn't have to be right in the middle. It can be on the left side or right side. Shift it a little. Don't put it on the very far end though. Don't put it like right on the edge there, because it'll be a little weird and harder to draw. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing with my paper here. I'm going to choose where I'm going to put my horizon line, try to draw it nice and straight across the paper. I'm going to draw lightly, but dark enough that you can see it on the camera, hopefully. And there's my line for horizon. I'm going to put my vanishing point somewhere, let's say over here. Make it look like the example that I have drawn on the purple sheet of paper. Now that I have horizon and vanishing point, I'm going to draw my 1, 2, 3, 4 roads, because you need 2 or more for this grade. So I'm going to take my vanishing point, I'm going to draw lines coming from it, and it's all I'm really doing is drawing lines just from the vanishing point. I'm going to do one there, do one over here. Oops, I kind of swiveled on me, but I'll fix that. And then I'm going to draw some roads going across. Now, how wide should these be? It's helpful to think that the thinner roads are going to be in the back, because that's where the road is thinner back here. You can see this road coming out is thinner, so the road going across should be thinner. And if the road is wide, where you cross it, the road that's crossing should be wide as well. So I'm going to down here draw a road going across and make it sort of wide, just like it's about wide, this wide here. I don't want to go as wide. I want to go just a little bit shorter than that. Maybe something like this. And then the one in the back here, I'm going to draw just to this first road as if it's kind of a cross street that stops, dead ends, like that. I'm going to erase some lines here to make these look more like roads. That's the lines that intersect in the middle here. Erase that out, then I have my streets looking a little more open and plain. All right, so now I've got my roads. I have spaces that were outlined where I can actually build my buildings. So I've got all these spaces here, 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 and here that I can place my buildings on top of. So in the example, I've got a couple boxes that I started off here. Depending on what theme you're coming up with, you can change that. I'm going to draw a couple different shapes so you can see how different shapes can be created into 3-dimensional buildings. I'm not going to draw all 8. You need to have 8 or more for your assignment. I'm going to draw, let's do 4. One way over here in the corner. Nice and tall. I'm going to say it goes off the page. Tall, skinny buildings. We have a lot of those in Chicago. There's my first one. I'm going to erase this line in the middle because now I've put a square here. That's going to be a building, so I'll no longer see the horizon line. Over here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a shorter, wider box that will be turned into a building. I don't need to erase anything because I didn't cross over any lines. I'm going to put one down here that's going to have a roof that's kind of tilted. I'm going to say it ends right here, but I'm going to put kind of a triangle roof on there. So I want to find the center, which is about there. I'm going to draw a line going up to give me as a guide, and I'm going to draw lines coming from that line I just drew here to the corners. And there's my kind of OG house that has a roof that is angled. I'm erasing all the lines that I overlap so that you can see this as a solid object. This is a line that went too far. I'm going to redraw this line here. All right, lastly, I'm going to put a building here, and I'm going to have it be a little different shaped. I'm going to give it kind of a L-shaped top. Like this. Almost like a chair you could sit down in. And then the bottom. All right, so now that I've drawn this, I am going to erase the middle of it, and then I'm going to make these shapes three-dimensional by using the vanishing point. So let me erase all this. All right, so now I'm going to start dragging lines to the vanishing point. So I'm going to start with the first one I drew, put my pencil right there in the corner, slide my ruler in, draw a line out, and I can decide how far I want this building to go into the picture. I'm going to stop right there. And like I said, this building is going off the top. So that's all I'm drawing. This is a tall building. I can't see the top of it. It's way up here. So I wouldn't see the top angle coming down. If I wanted to make this building shorter, like let's say I wanted to end it here, I would draw a line from here to the vanishing point to give it a cropped or slanted side. But in my world, it's going way off the top. Over here, same thing. I'm going to draw my lines to the vanishing point. A good way to do this is to put your pencil on the corner first, and then sliding your ruler over to meet that pencil line when it touches the vanishing point. Over here, pencil, vanishing point, and trace that ruler. All right, now I'm going to go, oops, I didn't make this one long enough. All right, now I'm going to go up, back here, same as this line here. I'm going to go back that way. And now right here at this corner, I want to go horizontal. And meet up with my other orthogonal that I drew over here. Now I need to erase lines I'm overlapping, which is the road. And hopefully you can see this square building that's sitting on this ground that's covering the road partially behind it. The triangle roof, I'm going to draw a line back here on the bottom. Ooh, got a little curvy. From this corner here, and the top. I can't draw any other lines because remember, if I try to draw a line from here to the vanishing point, I would draw over my original design, and I don't want to do that. So the side of this building went up and, or tilted, and went up and tilted in, so the back side's going to do the same thing. I'm going to go up, so straight line up. I'm going to tilt it in, so I'm going to line my ruler, slide it out without moving it around too much, hopefully. Slide it out there, draw my line, and there's my slant roof building. Erase these lines that are being covered up now. There it is. And this one. This is going to be a different one because one side of the building is on this side of the vanishing point and one side of the building is on this side of the vanishing point. It's straddling the vanishing point, so I'm not going to see any sides. How do I test this? If I try to draw a line from this bottom corner to the vanishing point, I would have to draw over my original building, and I don't want to do that, so I can't do it. All I can do is draw lines from this top part of the roof to the vanishing point. Every corner, I'm going to draw a line. This one way over here too. And then because the front of it went over, up, over, I'm going to do the same thing back here, over, up, over. So line it up, drag it somewhere you want it, over. At this intersection, I'm going to go up. And at this intersection, I'm going to go over. So now I have a roof that goes boom, boom, boom. Erase all this extra stuff I don't need anymore because I can't see it. And now I start decorating. I put windows and doors and balconies and whatever else I want. I can make rooftop garden parties. I can have a dance club happen up here. I could have parachuting. I could have alien invaders coming in and shooting up the buildings and having things explode and parts of the building, you know, becoming destroyed and falling down onto the street below and creating chaos. Okay. So you can see you can do whatever you want here and create your own design for your buildings. All right. That's it.